Hello, and welcome to your very own Tech and More. Hope you guys are doing awesome and continue to do so. Now, as one of our community member requested to create a video on how to become a software tester, and as always, your wishes are command. So here we are. Now, in this video, I'm going to quickly take you through the itinerary. So the first thing that we're going to discuss is that what does a software tester do? The crucial part of being a software tester. Number two, what is the scope of software testing? Number three, the types of testing that exist. Then number four, the hard and soft skills that you require to become a tester. And finally, the handy course that I'm going to share with you, that is the topics which are which you need to learn to become a tester, and the resources, that is I'm going to provide you with the resources, the URLs of where you can learn these contents as well, right? So I hope that you like the content, and if you do not forget to subscribe for similar videos and podcasts that we share with our community on a regular basis. So let's start. Now, before we start, I would like to show you something. So do you see this text in orange sort of border? This is the text written here is quite crucial, right? So it says that if you're planning to start or switch your career, sorry, in IT, but you lack the programming skills, software testing is the right path for you, right? Now, some people might argue that, you know what, automation testing requires programming, but automation testing is one of the verticals of the software testing. There are other verticals as well, right? So if you are someone who think that your programming skills are not that up to the mark, but you want to switch into IT, testing can be a very good path for you to start with, right? So that is that. Now let's deep dive into the main topic, or the major topics for the day. The first thing that we're going to discuss is that what does a software tester do? Now I have this quick funny video for you to understand that what does a software tester do. So first, let's have a look at that. Okay, so that's a developer and that's a QA engineer, right? Okay, yeah, right. So this is a pretty common and a funny video in the IT circle, right? So I mean, jokes apart, as a tester, what you have to do is that you have to make sure that everything in the system is working fine before it goes out to the end user, right? So you have to break the system as much as possible when it is in your bucket and raise the bugs to the developer. So when the product finally goes out to the right consumer, to the end consumers, the product has to be almost perfect, right? Now, do you see these companies, for example, Zomato, Amazon, Uber, LinkedIn, Citibank? All these companies have their own web applications, their mobile applications, and all these things. They're huge systems. Now, rarely you might have encountered any bugs in them. Of course, there are bugs. No system is any time 100% bug free, but 99% or 95% time it works fine, right? So, do you think that it happened automatically? No, it didn't. Until and unless you do not have competitive testing teams in the organizations, you will not be able to uh, give out products which are flawless to you, right? So all of this has been possible because of a major contribution by the testing team, right? So let's have a look at the first pointer, which is a software tester makes a product amazing to use by making sure that design functionalities are in sync with the requirement. This is very important, right? So as a software tester, you have to make sure that the product is amazing to use by making sure that the design functionalities are synced with the requirement. Again, uh, testing and all and everything is fine, but you always have to be in the scope or in the limitation of the requirement. So if a client told you that so and so should happen, you have to test things keeping those requirements in mind, right? That is what a seasoned tester would do. Then second point is the art of making sure that amazing products are being developed is what software testing is. All in all, amazing word is the key word, right? So your product has to be cool to use, amazing to use, flawless to use without any breaks or errors. And to make a product flawless or amazing is what a software tester is doing. So I think it's a pretty crucial job, isn't it? So that is. I hope that for now that we've understood that what a software tester is. Now, the second thing that we have to discuss is growth prospects with the software tester, right? Now, of course, I mean, almost all of us are hearing for some good compensation, good quality of life, right? So it's everybody has this question that what is the scope of software testing? And as opposed to a lot of myths floating around in the market, I would like to clear these myths with the help of this one statistic that I have. I'm going to highlight this for you to make maybe see this, right? So the software testing market is valued at around 51.8 billion US dollars as of 2023, the latest data, with a projected growth rate at 7%. This industry presents significant opportunities for career growth and development. Right? So just look at the size, the huge size of the software testing market. So any market that has such a huge size always has a lot of prospects to grow. Right? So that is what software testing as a growth prospect is for you. Then this is sort of a technical topic in the testing world, but the reason for me including it here is for you to get a flavor of what testing is all about, the testing process in general. So STLC is basically software testing life cycle. That is, how does testing generally work? That what are the basic stages here? So these six stages are what make software testing life cycle in general. Now you have to understand one thing, that understanding all these stages is going to take a lot of time. I'm not going to waste that time, or rather, I'm sorry, waste is the wrong word. I'm not going to take that time here. Rather, I have a separate video created wherein we are understanding the STLC stages. So I'm going to share that video in the video description so you can go and have a look at it. But for now, just understand one thing, that testing in general has its own process associated with it. Right? Cool. So then, as we discussed, one of the most important topic is that different types of testing. So the first one is functional testing, right? So let me take you to a website, for example. You have the Swag Lab, this is a demo test website, right? So testing out that when you enter the username, when you enter the password, you're able to log in. When you enter the wrong username and password, you're not able to log in. All these things is what makes functional testing possible, right? So when you are testing things like I am doing it right now, if I enter the username, if I enter the password, anything, for example, I click on login, I'm not able to log in. All these things is what functional testing is. Then secondly, performance testing. So imagine there is Amazon.com and imagine there is Zomato, right? So let's say there are thousands or lakhs of users logging in at the same time. And you have to make sure that how will the website react at that time? That is what performance testing is. Now, a very practical or a real life example is, let's suppose you have exams results coming out and you have to see them on the internet, right? You must have heard this a lot of times that the websites have crashed because of the immense load which has occurred on, right? So to make sure that such sort of crashes do not happen when the load increases, that is what performance testing is all about. Then thirdly, you have automation testing. So automation testing is basically using the system to test out the features without any manual intervention, right? So I will design out a couple of scripts and then I'll simply click on a button and these testing will happen automatically, right? So for example, functional testing, I was testing this login page with username and password. I develop a script with the help of programming or for that matter, code tools as well, that I go ahead and I just write down that script, code out that script and click on play and this testing happens automatically without any human effort. Cool. Then you have integration testing. So testing with numerous users, that is, I mean, all in all, a very, very easy thing for integration testing here is that when multiple systems are involved with each other, for example, and in one website you are making something, in the other you are making a payment. So to make sure that all these systems are working together in tandem is what integration testing is. Then you have security testing. So of course, this is very, very common and very easy to understand. When websites, I mean, big websites are always under attack. So to make sure that no malicious activities are happening on the website or no malicious activities should happen on the website, that is what security testing is. So these are the different types of testing that we need to know. Then end user experience enhancement is a topic. It's a separate topic. It is more related to testing type. But it's a very important topic for you to understand because as a software tester, you are supposed to find out the bugs, make the system awesome and all these things. But a very crucial ingredient of making the system awesome is that you have to suggest some things. I mean, make some suggestions or enhancements, right? So all in all, as a software tester, if you are able to provide some very good suggestions or enhancements to the end users, then you are a seasoned tester or then you are doing a very fine job. So, for example, a person comes to you with saying that, okay, I want you to create a login page for me, and I want you to make it very secure and very safe, right? So, a person with experience, a person who claims to be a professional tester, will say that you include some parameters in password, for example, special characters or capital letters or length and all these things, right? Because if you do so, it becomes very difficult for the end users to crack it, or the black hat hackers to crack it. So such sort of enhancements when you provide for the system to get better, that is what enhancements are made like. Okay, so the next thing is role of a software tester. I'm not going to talk a lot about this now because we've already discussed. So there are three major skills or major things that you need to know as a software tester. The first one is quality assurance and bug detection. So uh, you need to know how to test out the functionalities and you need to know how to detect bugs. Then secondly is collaboration and communication. That is, how do you go ahead and communicate well with the team, which is actually a very critical part for any job these days. Then you have enhancements that we've already discussed. So testing out things, detecting valid bugs, providing enhancements, and having good communication skills, all of this all together will make you a seasoned software tester. Now, the most important part of this video, that is the course curriculum overview, which you have to know. So, I mean, there are different things that you have to learn, and I'm going to take you to them right now. So, first of all, you have to learn the testing theory concepts, right? And this is a hyperlink that you can see. I click here, and you will be able to navigate to the playlist, which has the basic testing theory concepts that you need to know. So, go ahead and learn them, start learning them. 2 pointers. Number one, please learn these things in order. Number one. Number two, I'm going to attach the link or the URLs of all these videos in the description. So, don't worry. Then, secondly, you have testing practical, that is how to design test cases, the art of designing test cases, all these things come under designing test cases. Then you have, you skip Salesforce and testing for now, but I mean, Salesforce is very important. But first, you have to focus on learning testing theory and concepts and practical concepts. And only after that, you can go and learn Salesforce concepts. So this is the playlist for that. So this comes on the third pointer. Then fourthly, you need to learn the database languages, preferably, I would say SQL. So I will be putting up some videos on SQL, sort of a boot camp. But if let's suppose if you feel that, okay, I want to learn it right now, then please go ahead and search for other channels as well. See, my intent is not to only, just sell my channel to you. My intent is to help you in any manner possible. So if you find some good content on database queries or, database learning, go ahead and learn that. Then you have to have exposure to PMP tools like Jira, etc., etc. I'm going to come out with a playlist very soon wherein we'll be covering Jira in detail. That is how you can learn Jira and all these things. So stay tuned. And decent communication skills. So communication skills is something that you have to practice on a regular basis for you to get well versed with. So if you feel that you need some help in developing good communication skills, please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn, on comment, or you can comment on my on these videos as well. I'll be more than happy to respond, and we can schedule some one-on-one sessions. So that is all you need to learn. And training for software testing, right? So I do give some live trainings as well, but I honestly feel if you can learn using these videos, nothing like that. I always feel that I mean, if you can learn something from open source platform, it's always the best thing. But yes, if you need any counseling requiring your maybe some sort of head start, some sort of guidance, or some sort of interview preparations and all these things, please feel free to reach out to me, and we can plan some one-on-one sessions accordingly. Okay, so that is all. And let me navigate back to the course outline so just you can see on the screen. So yeah, finally, that's all. And I hope that you like this video, and I hope that you are taking something after watching this video. So stay tuned, continue learning, and watch out our channel for more interesting content. And we are not only about QA in general. We come up with very, very good podcasts as well, right? So you can go to my channel and you can see the latest 2 podcasts that we've done. And we're coming up with some very amazing podcast ideas as well. And we're coming up with some tutorials on different streams, for example, on development or in BA as well. So that is the intent for now. So I hope that I see you in upcoming videos as well. And yeah, I think that's all. I'll stop speaking now. And as you might have figured it out till now, my my videos are never scripted. I never prepare a lot before recording. It's just go with the flow. And I think that that helps more with the connect between me as a presenter and you as a viewer. So yeah, I think that's all. And finally, thank you so much for watching the video and see you in the next video. Thank you and take care.